view options. Funny kitu pale.
Welcome to Crear, Résister, Transform, a festival for feminist movements. We invite you to join us in creating a space that invites and challenges us all to operate from a place of courage, curiosity, and bravery. We have live language interpretation available in this session. Look to the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You will see an icon of a globe, which reads, if you're reading an English interpretation, click on it and select the language you would like to receive interpretation in. So if you'd like interpretation in English, click on English. We also have closed captioning available in this session. Look on the bottom right-hand side of your screen and you'll see an icon which in English reads Live Transcript. Click on it and you will have the option to show subtitles or to view the full transcript. You can also change the size of the text. To do this, click on Subtitle Settings and change to large. If you would like to change your name, click on the Participants button at the top of the Zoom window. Hover your mouse over your name in the participants list on the right-hand side and click on Rename. Enter the name you'd like to appear in the Zoom meeting and click on OK. We invite you to join the global AWID membership family. And to do this, visit our website, www.awid.org, and click to learn more about why you should become an AWID member. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Crear, Résister, Transform, un festival pour les mouvements féministes. C'est avec joie que nous vous accueillons à cet événement et vous encourageons à nous rejoindre dans les activités du festival qui auront lieu tout au long du mois de septembre. Nous vous invitons à nous rejoindre et à créer un espace qui nous invite à faire preuve de courage, de curiosité et de bravoure. Dans cette activité, nous avons une interprétation simultanée disponible en plusieurs langues. Dans la barre de menu en bas de l'écran, cliquez sur « Interprétation ». Cliquez ensuite sur la langue que vous souhaitez entendre. Pour n'entendre que la langue interprétée, vous pouvez cliquer sur « Muter l'audio original ». Nous avons également des sous-titres disponibles en anglais. Dans la barre de menu en bas de l'écran, cliquez sur « Transcription en direct ». Cliquez ensuite sur « Montrer sous-titres ». Pour lire la transcription complète, vous pouvez cliquer sur « Voir la transcription complète ». Et pour changer la taille du texte, cliquez sur « Paramètres de sous-titres » et choisissez « Large ». Pour changer votre nom après être entré dans une réunion Zoom, cliquez sur le bouton « Participant » en bas de la fenêtre Zoom. Ensuite, faites passer votre souris sur votre nom dans la liste de participants à droite de la fenêtre Zoom, puis cliquez sur « Renommer ». Tapez le nom que vous voulez voir apparaître dans la réunion Zoom et cliquez sur « OK ». Encore merci de votre participation. Nous vous encourageons à partager vos réactions et vos commentaires sur les réseaux sociaux en utilisant le hashtag FeministFestival et taguer l'AWID si vous pouvez. Nous vous invitons aussi à rejoindre la famille mondiale des membres de l'AWID. Pour ce faire, vous pouvez visiter notre site web à l'adresse www.awid.org et cliquer sur « En savoir plus sur pourquoi devenir membre de l'AWID ». Merci et profitez du festival.
Bienvenidos al festival Crear, Résister, Transform. AWID está comprometida con la creación de un espacio virtual que nos invite y desafíe a todos a funcionar desde un lugar de valentía, curiosidad, generosidad y responsabilidad compartida. Les invitamos a crear conjuntamente con nosotros espacios libres de acoso y violencia. Por favor, descarguen y revisen los principios de participación para el festival en awid.org/festival 2021. Tenemos disponible interpretación a distintos idiomas en vivo. Esto varía según cada sesión. Para activarla, en su menú de control, seleccionen el icono de Interpretation, elijan el idioma que quieren escuchar. Para escuchar solamente el idioma interpretado, seleccionen Mute Original Audio, silenciar el audio original de forma que solamente escuchen la interpretación en el idioma español si este es el que desean. También contamos con subtitulado disponible, en inglés únicamente, pero si lo desean activar, en los controles para la reunión hagan clic en subtitulado en vivo, Live Transcript. Después hagan clic en Show Subtitle, en mostrar subtítulos. Para ver el subtitulado completo, hagan clic en View Full Transcript, ver subtitulado completo. Para cambiar el tamaño del texto, hagan clic sobre Subtitle Settings, ajustes de subtítulos y cámbienlo a grande, large. Si desean cambiar cómo aparece su nombre en Zoom, pueden hacerlo también. Para cambiar su nombre, después de entrar a una reunión de Zoom, hagan clic en el botón Participantes en la parte de arriba de la ventana de Zoom. Después, deslicen el ratón sobre su nombre en la lista de participantes que está a la derecha de la ventana de Zoom y hagan clic sobre Renombrar. Escriban el nombre con el que quieren aparecer en la reunión de Zoom y hagan clic sobre OK. Lo más importante, únanse a AWID. Al unirse a AWID se suman un proceso organizativo feminista mundial, un poder colectivo surgido del trabajo entre movimientos y basado en la solidaridad. Ingresen a nuestro sitio web awid.org, membresía, para escuchar las razones por las cuales deberían ser parte de la membresía de AWID, o escríbanos a membership@awid.org. Gracias y continúen disfrutando el festival Crear, Resistir, Transform.
And we gathered again. We gathered our stories, our strength, our songs, our tears, our rage, our dreams, our success, our failure. And we pulled them all together in one big bowl for a moon of thoughts. And we stay in touch. We shake each other's minds. We caress each other's souls. While our hands are still tied and our kisses and hugs are banned. Yet we grow stronger and stronger by the hour, weaving together our voices, our strength, crossing the sound barriers as we speak in tongues. We are getting louder and louder. We know about differences from others and from each other. So we are stitching patchwork of beauties in our thoughts. From our deepest powers, sometimes we are surrounded by terror, by confusion, by dishonesty. But we wash out in the ocean of love. We are weavers of dreams to cloth the new world, thread after thread. As small as we are, like little ants, we are building our movement. Like little drops of water, we are growing our rivers. We take steps forward and steps backward, dancing our way back to sanity, sustaining the rhythm of our own heart. Keep beating. Please don't stop. And we are here, transmitters of forgotten generosity, drop after drop, growing like the rivers, growing like the ocean, flowing from our souls, showing our strength to be the water that will clean this world. We are gathering again and again. Can't you see us? Can't you feel us? I would lie if I said I'm okay not to see you. Yes, I do miss my people. I miss your touch and your unfiltered and unrecorded voices. I miss our whispers and our screams. Our cries over the aborted revolutions. We only want to give birth to new world. So we fight to erase the borders between us. Please don't stop.
Hello, my name is Cindy Clark, and I'm one of AWID's co-executive directors. Over the past few months, AWID has worked with numerous groups to create a feminist festival. So many beautiful threads emerged from the conversations and celebrations that were part of this month-long event. Now that this moment is drawing to a close, I want to share some of what I heard and felt, and would love to also hear your reactions, reflections, suggestions from the events that you took part in. Here are some of the gems that I encourage you to take away, hold, and remember to crear, Résister, transform the more just worlds we're fighting for. AWID has worked with numerous groups to create a feminist festival. So many beautiful threads emerged from the conversations and celebrations that were part of this month-long event. Now that this moment is drawing to a close, I want to share some of what I heard and felt, and would love to also hear your reactions, reflections, suggestions from the events that you took part in. Here are some of the gems that I encourage you to take away, hold, and remember to crear, Résister, transform the more just worlds we're fighting for. In her welcome address at the start of the festival, Hakima Abbas, also co-executive director of AWID, spoke about the fierce feminist resistance to occupation, state violence, and the rise of the far right. Throughout the festival, we heard so many different experiences of that resistance. I was struck by the observation echoed from Colombia to Palestine, from Nigeria to Poland, that often feminist resistance is happening in the face of governments that just don't care. Al gobierno le da igual, in the words of Colombian activist Bubulina Moreno.
Al gobierno de Colombia le da igual, no.
So many states have stopped responding to the demands of their people and don't care if they're criticized for human rights violations or taken to court. I also heard strong frustration that so close to the fanfare of the Generation Equality Forum and the $40 billion committed there for gender equality, the experience continues to be one of scarcity. Funding is not reaching local women's and feminist groups, and flexible funding is urgently needed. We're not giving up on making demands of the state or of funders, turning out in the streets, knocking on doors, demanding changes. But I heard an important shift in energies. As feminists, we're focusing more on how we support and sharpen each other to survive in this moment, and to nurture and grow the alternatives that we are building for ourselves and our communities. I was reminded many times about the importance of what someone called unconventional resistance. This came across really strongly in the many conversations centered on pleasure. Why should we take time to talk about pleasure in times like these? Tiffany Mugo's response was, because the moment it's policed, it's political. Our bodies, our pleasure is very political. I heard emphatically that as feminist activists, we know it is a long and uphill struggle. Optimism and our collective power is what builds the momentum that is key for our survival. In the words of Nazik Abilgaziva, we must stay hopeful. We must celebrate small wins. And as Cindy Weisner reminds us, continuity is vital in processes of liberation. We learned from the experience of Consorcio Oaxaca and other members of the Mesoamerican Initiative of Women Human Rights Defenders, who have built spaces for breathing, for healing, for defying the logic that women human rights defenders must sacrifice themselves to their activism, claiming space in what is a long journey of healing and change. I heard that coming together is how we win. And mind you, we're transforming notions of what winning looks like. It might be about meaningful mutual support and protection more than policy change. And as we center the big we, I want to amplify the words of Haitian feminists Fedora Pierre-Louis and Nike Ladan, who say, an inclusive approach to feminism, which defends trans women, makes us all better feminists. To help us build those inclusive and reciprocal practices, Amaranta Gomez Regalado reminded us of the importance of allowing for the time it takes to really build deep knowledge of each other across our diversities. We must never forget the humanity in each of us and the joy to be found in discovering and connecting with each other. Building connections across and within movements is what makes events like this festival and others, some that have been happening simultaneously, like the Global South Women's Forum on Sustainable Development and the Kwame Nkrumah Festival, meaningful. We need to collectively lead toward that new world that we're building toward while we bring others along with us. Speaking about emergent feminist leadership, Anima Ajepong, Deborah Black, and Mame Mafo described leadership as a purposeful, collaborative, values-based process that aims to create positive social change. They said leadership is working together, respecting each other, and prioritizing social change over personal interests. Cindy Weisner spoke about centering life, dignity, respect and mutuality, deep solidarity to keep us in struggle over the long term. So many conversations touched on the role of solidarity that is cross-border and cross-context. There's tremendous power in understanding how systems of power are working in similar ways across our locations and identities. Speaking about solidarity, Palestinian feminist Sandy Hanna said, "Empathy is okay. I want to strategize against global structures of oppression." So I want to express deep thanks to all of you who made this festival possible. Gratitude to all the feminist and social justice organizations and collectives that led sessions, all the speakers, activists, and artists, those of you who joined our sessions live, as well as those of you who may be listening to this months down the road. Thank you to the incredible team at AWID, Infinity, the production company who facilitated the logistics, our team of interpreters and captioners who ensured that this festival was accessible in Arabic, Burmese, English, French, Mandarin, Portuguese, Russian, and Spanish. I blushed, I cried, I laughed, and I danced. It was almost, but not quite, like an AWID forum. Where do we go from here? We go forward together. We build, learn, resist together. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Nana Dakwa Sichiama. And just to say a huge thank you to all of you who have been joining us for the festival, which has lasted throughout the month of September. We are going to have our feminist party in a little while, but just really wanted to come on and let you know that we really appreciate you having participated in this festival. And just to say, because people sometimes ask us, I missed a session, how can I catch up on the session? If you missed the session, we live streamed a number of our sessions on our YouTube channel. So that's AWID News. And a couple of sessions actually took place on Instagram. Like we had a couple of workshops around pleasure on Instagram. So check out our IGTV for that. And I'm here with Cindy, AWID's Co-Executive Director.
Hey, everyone. So it's a rare moment in the festival that we get to just kind of open up for a few minutes until we get going with the dance party. Is there anything any of you want to share? Any of your own reflections from what you joined in on? Reactions that you have?
And just to say, you can put your thoughts in the chat, maybe let us know what your favorite session was. You know, is there a session that you want us to repeat? Is there a conversation that you want us to bring back in a particular way? Which activities did you most enjoy? Was there anything? I don't know if I want to know if there was something you did enjoy, but we want to hear some thoughts from you. So feel free to put that in the chat. And feel free to also spread the word about the festival using the hashtag Feminist Festival. So yes, we would love to connect with folks. At a minimum, introduce yourself in the chat, tell us your name, where you're connecting from, and what you loved about the festival. Thank you, Manasi. It's really great to hear that you made some good connections to the festival. That's always definitely a goal. And for folks who are not already AWID members, we encourage you to sign up to become a member. Our website, www.awid.org, we'll put a link in the chat to become a member if you're not already a member. Lucy, I also loved that session. Thank you. I can make my own decision. It really stayed with me, that phrase, right? Like the power of, yeah, having autonomy. Good to have you here, Nelly. We just want to give a few minutes for conversation and for, you know, people to connect in the chat. So I'm going to put myself on mute to allow space for that. Yes, we screened 2 movies. We have a feminist film club for folks who may not already know. We screened Yo Impossible recently, and now the name of the film that we earlier on screened has just gone out of my head, but we'll pop the link for the Feminist Film Club. Jama Jack, it's good to have you here. Thank you. Sex like a feminist. Yes, all of those racy feminist sex that we sent at the beginning, that was so much fun. I also really loved the burlesque show. I'm going to be practicing those moves that they showed us. Cindy, what were your favorite sessions? Do you want to share? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no, I mean, so I guess I love like the big plenary sessions. So I love hearing the way like people's ideas bounce off each other and you don't, the kind of unexpected connections that you hear. So those were some of my favorite sessions.
That's really good to hear. That's really good to hear. Yes, making space for healing. Thank you, Mayoti. Thank you, Anik. Really good to hear all your comments. Please keep the comments going.
And actually, Nana, now that I'm rethinking it, we also had the member dance party that although it was a small and mighty group, and I have to say I hate online dance parties, but I enjoyed that one. And it was, you know, kids got involved and it was, so I've got high hopes for what's coming up next.
Yes. And we also had like, it's actually really fun to be an AWID member, I have to say, because we also had like a member lounge activity where we did speed dating. That was a lot of fun. And members who were there said, you have to repeat this. And in December, we're planning to have another speed dating session for our members. So all you feminists who are always saying, help us connect to other incredible feminists, you really, really want to join and become an AWID member because you get invited to speed dating events and who knows who you might meet and connect with. Yes, DJ Cosmic Cats was amazing. And I'm looking forward to the DJs that we're going to have play for us in a few minutes. Okay, so at the moment we're live streaming. We're going to pause the live streaming and give us a few minutes to, you know, do the tech stuff in the background. And then my colleague Jessica will come online and tell us about the amazing DJs and performers that we have for the party. Erica, you really missed the burlesque, I have to say. You missed it, yeah. Oh, thank you, Anne. This is really good to hear. You know, Cindy also was saying it was like almost like an AWID forum, not quite, but we had a little bit of that AWID forum sense, and we're looking forward to when we can all gather and in real life, like the kids say. Any final words from you, Cindy?
Just thanks, really. I mean, thank you all. We know it's been a hard few years and it's hard not to be in a room and get to hug each other and see each other and appreciate each other together. And so, you know, this was our effort to make an offering where we could get close to that, at least in a virtual space. So thank you for being here, for organizing all those incredible activities. And yeah, we look on to longer shelf life and just, again, continuing these conversations and our work together. There's so much still to do. So thank you.
Great. And in a few minutes, we're going to start the party. If you haven't got your dancing shoes, literally go and get it. If you need to grab a drink, this is the time to get it. I'm going to hand over to Infinity now. They'll put up some slides and we'll stop the live stream. And in a few minutes, Jessica will come and tell us about the incredible DJs and performers.